Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for Patlabor the Mobile Police Early Days OVA 4. Last week we had out OVA 3 and it was a love letter to Gojira, specifically the 1954 iteration of, or incarnation I should say, of the great king of the monsters and all of the political things that it ends up talking about. Important stuff like nuclearness and scientific progress and destruction of the environment and nationalism and all sorts of things. And episode 3 kind of just pooped all over it, and it was kind of really fun. Thank you specifically to G. Kaliza for helping me as usual with these OVAdrive things, figure out some of the references and stuff, like the scientist boy being very clearly the scientist boy from the original 1954 Gojira, and the stuff like the oxygen destroyer being the exact weapon that they try to use to get Gojira to go away. But in the end, eventually, none of the nationalism or the cheering or the weapons or the labors or anything have anything to do with the reason that Gojira goes away. Instead, it is just a shared moment of, I guess, understanding between two gentle giants just staring each other down on the waterfront, and Big Green Boy decides to retreat into the ocean, and we win, I guess. So nobody really wins. It's just what happens, and that was very strange. It was a very strange episode, but it also had some really great direction and composition, and it was really fun to watch, and it was just enjoyable and entertaining all the way through. I don't know how parodic the rest of this series is going to be. How like seriously parody-y are we going to be? We've had social commentary throughout everything, specifically or mostly dealing with bureaucracy and red tape and like the sort of hurry up and wait mentality of the people in the mobile police division. But I don't know how much other media we're going to choose to parody in the coming episodes. I'm kind of hoping a lot. It sounds like it would be a lot of fun to do more different styles. And so going into the next episode, we'll see if we can pick up on any like stylistic trappings and figure out early that we're doing a thing. If we're doing a thing, or maybe we won't do a thing and we'll just do whatever because Oshii is crazy and he's managed to make it work every time it's happened so far. So I'm pretty excited for the next episode of Patlabor. Let's go ahead and watch it. Hopefully there will be some more good Kanuka Clancy moments and some cool animation stuff and some things. Let's watch it and find out. So the episode that we have coming up, we got the title for it. It was called the Tragedy of L. That's a weird title. I don't. It evokes something in my mind, but I don't know what. The Tragedy of L. It I feel gothic horror-y about it. I don't know why it gives me this gothic horror-y vibe. It also gives me Death Note vibes, but I have to separate that mentally because there's no way that that's related. It doesn't work timeline-wise. So I don't know. It gives me gothic horror vibes, or maybe like. Uh, I don't know. Like classic novel vibes. Like in the same realm as like The Man with the Iron Mask or The Count of Monte Cristo as titles. The Tragedy of L. It's got that vibe to it. I don't know. Some kind of mysterious story maybe. No. Anyway, I'm just conjecturing over a title that doesn't matter. We did see some little scenes. It looked like they were taking like a trip out to the mountains or something, some kind of maybe training expedition or something like that, because there was like a cabin out in the mountains. And then there was one frame that was really interesting where we saw, I think it's Ota, who's the bit of a gun nut, and he was like sinking into a pool of crimson liquid, and it gave me really, really strong Evangelion vibes, which again is entirely impossible because Eva was 95, 96, 97-ish, and this was 88, 89-ish, so that doesn't make sense. But the particular color of crimson gave me big Ava spoilers, place with red stuff, red liquid, and it's underground, and there are things there. Yeah? It gave me those vibes, but that's not possible. So I'm wondering what that scene actually is, because it looked like he was drowning in a pool of crimson blood or otherness. I don't know. Beyond that, I don't think I have anything else to talk about. Let's go ahead and watch the episode. There will, of course, as usual, I believe, be a little break in the middle where there will be like a cut in my video because the subs will desync at the midpoint where the eye catches are. So I'll fix that and you won't even see it. Great. Great. Let's watch Patlabor episode 4. I've got it up and ready to go. It's sitting at 0 seconds. There will be 2 versions of this reaction. You can find a picture-in-picture version with the video up there, linked in the description-doo. Timer-based version will be up on YouTube. If you want to do a syncy thing, sync up your own copy with the timer-based version. You are welcome to do so. Just get your copy ready because the beep beep timer to count you down will be coming at you now. Okay. I got all the subs and stuff right? Right? Yes. Good. Hyper technology. I think I've said that every time. I need to say that every time. It's important. Ah. Delicious tea. Patlabor. All right. Hit me with that OP. Hit me with that cool, quick labor fight into bouncy, delightful OP. Yes. I love this OP so much. I should. Yeah, I'm gonna write it down. I just realized that something that I've never done is go and look at who created the OP, like who composed it, who's singing it, and do they have other work out there because I want it. Because this is the best. It's so happy. Yeah. Okay, what is going on? We're at a video store? Yeah, he's just like, it's so hot out here. I just want to shoot him. All right, so that's the angle we're taking to try and negotiate. There's a little Patlabor up there, isn't there? Because it's a video store. Oh shit, he is boiling over. Yeah, at a certain point, I don't think orders are enough. That gun barrel is the size of them. Oh shit. Yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. That is not the reaction you are supposed to have for this punishment. Fujisan? Oh. Okay. So wait. This is trappings. This is vibe. This is closed loop. Yeah. Blocked roads. We're gonna get stuck somewhere. Yeah. Okay, maybe murder mystery in a cabin? Or Alone in the Woods horror? Eh. All right, we've made it. Oh, we are much worse for wear. It's so beautiful. Oh, yeah, what? Nice. This is our first Savisu opportunity. Wow, I have not seen old fog like that in a long time. Hmm? Hmm. Yeah, there's nobody around. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Yep, there it is. Hmm? All right, I guess we're going peeping now. How will this go terribly? I feel like Kanuka Clancy will um did you see the blood just flowing out? Hey, Mr. Gen. Oh, that's so much fun. It's an emergency situation. Gotta get there fast. What's up? Blood in the water, right? Yep. See, that's the scene I'm talking about. It looks a lot like it. All right, yeah, he's fine. It's just food coloring or something. Oh. Hmm. How did one of those get into the water supply? Well, that's Gen, right? I mean, that's obviously bullshit. What? Come on, man. Is everybody blind and deaf? Okay, Sakuma is separate from Gen. Okay, we have a closed situation. It was looking more like a detective mystery thing. Well, that's a little spooky. Prepare for jump scare. I don't trust that. Why was it rippling? I wouldn't trust that. What is that light? Ha. Ha. Nothing. And window. Or water? Blood? Oh, fuck, it's hair. Oh, hi. She's at the window. What a face. Is he in a labor right now? Is he in a labor right now fighting it? Or flailing around uselessly? It's moving on its own. Sounds like a labor. Doesn't look like a labor. It looks like the creature from the previous episode. It's just a labor covered in moss and kelp and shit, right? Okay, maybe not. All right, I'll cut soon. That actually is on time. That's actually on time. What? Is he just fucking with them? I don't think so. Oh. Oh, big guy. Wow, that's smoke. That's actually awesome. Who do you think is going to solve this one? I feel like it's got to be Detective Kanuka. There are only like 7 of you. Like, they're going to notice. Okay, where are we? Is that her? That is her, isn't it? I think that is. I think it's the woman. Oh, because she trained here. Because he trained here. What's with that reaction? Yeah, what's the deal? Okay, so did the old man give him the answer? Alright, we're doing some one-on-one training. Oh, fuck. Yeah. Okay, so he got some info. What happened? Okay, so exactly like this. Except more people were there. But what happened? Uh, she got hit by a... Oh. But it should have been a blank, right? Because they weren't doing real combat. Or a paint bullet. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's a paint bullet like this fucking big. Not loaded. A repetition. Okay. Those are some faces. All right, the sun goes down. The creeps come out. Ooh, that's a bit of a color change. Huh? And they're the only ones who aren't here. And Noah. This all seems like a Scooby-Doo plot, like trying to scare them away. Like they're all fake things. They're all ploys to scare them away from the training place. But why? What if Goto is the one who shot her? What if she's his sister? And that's why he's hiding her. Oh hi. Hi Shige. Okay. We're still holding this color scheme. Alright, hit us with the deets. Yeah, shut up. Yeah, shut up. Get to the deets. Ha? To make it recreate the moment that they stopped at the side of the road. You think you're the only one who could do it? Oh yeah, where's he been this whole time? He keeps kind of disappearing, which is suspicious. This is an interesting mystery at the moment. What is this? Mm-hmm. Hmm. So you've got an explanation? Haha. It's the girl in blue. I bet we know one of her names, though. Mahogondo? Ah. Alright. Sure. Let's keep it going, though. Very reluctant. Sincere persuasion techniques. This angle. Yes. Right. Ah. So, a girl did die, but her sister who looks just like her is still alive and is probably haunting them. Again? Hmm. Oh, what'd you find? Are they ridiculous? Ah. Ah. Oh, well, that's pretty much everything you need. Oh, that's pretty much everything. So, what about the visage of the girl? Oh, because she's working with him. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Okay. Detective Kanuka? Huh? 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 Question underlying assumptions. Yeah. Yep. If there's enough evidence. Koto. Same person. Uh-huh. She's in on it. Right. Right. She's in on it. Hmm. Sure. We assume that it must be her sister. So he did write it. And tried to hide it in plain sight. But to what end is all of this? No, it's to teach them a lesson. Because at the beginning they fucked up. And used their weapons in a stupid way. That's brilliant. Right, getting you scared. Right? Keeping suspicion off of yourselves. God damn, Kanuka! This is a full Scooby-Doo unmasking. It's really... God, I would have gotten away with it too. And the way she's breaking fourth wall and talking directly to the audience as though she's just... Yeah. To change how we think about guns. Specifically the actions that brought us to this retraining camp. So Goto came up with a plan. Is he gonna deny it? Nice try. Nice. Good play. Oh, hello. Ah. Well, Shogunai. I think you missed the point, bud. Oh god. Wait, is that our cut to credits? Is that fade to credits? Yup. What? What a weird episode. What a weird one. That was fun. Definitely got jerked around by it. Alright, is there a little previewy thingy? I think there should be. This looks like fucking war. The SV2's longest day, and some of the visuals are really interesting here. They look like full war stuff. And the scene of the guy in the long trench coat with sunglasses standing there. I mean, he reads as American, but I'm not sure if that's intended. Then we've got like that. Those laborers have giant chain guns on their backs. That they're fucking huge, and all of these men are carrying real rifles with real bayonets. Like this is an assault and stuff. And then there's the one scene of them around like a mission table in a war room. Yeah, that's very weird. And it's so like deep and dark with just this ring halo of light. That's really strange. Okay, interesting. And it is a part 1. I was informed by GK in my Discord. Again, thank you. That episodes 5 and 6 are related. That they're a 2-parter that eventually became one of the movies. So I shouldn't, if I was inclined in any way to watch 2 episodes today, I should hold off on doing that and not watch 4 and 5 so I don't get stuck in the middle of a 2-parter. Which is cool. We'll play it by ear next week, whether we want to watch just 5 or 5 and 6 back to back. I'm not sure, but we'll see. Okay, the SV2's Longest Day. Seems like some serious action and maybe less parody-y stuff. Speaking of parody-y stuff, this episode exists. It's certainly a thing. It's definitely an interesting one. Yeah, definitely some Scooby-Doo like mystery vibes. I would call it faux horror, right? Yeah, I would call it horror, and there's a lot that indicates that the horror here is, I don't know, it's more mysterious than it is actually scary, but that's not the case with the characters necessarily. But there's a lot, like the first scene where he ends up in blood, and then we immediately cut to the next scene where he's just okay, right? Like obviously nobody's getting murdered. And there's goofiness to it, like just but of course he knows that it's just paint bullet paint, water soluble paint. And then this guy just freaking out about paint bullets. No, it's nothing. I'm just shaking in my boots at the mention of paint bullets for no reason. Nothing suspicious there. So there are all these bits and pieces, but a lot of them are kind of red herrings. A lot of them are just a little bit too weird. But the actually horrifying sequences are super well done, I think. I think this whole sequence with him going to the bathroom is pretty freaking excellent. Yeah, from establishing shots of night, right? Darkness outside, light inside, to the poorly lit room, shrouded in darkness, just the flashlight, placing it down, and then the camera, the shots become more and more constrained, right? The ripples, and then this really constrained shot with the glow behind him, spooky and weird. And then it fades out, and it's like he's in an isolation chamber. It's like he's floating in darkness, right? So all that there is this experience of hearing something from the unknown, which is great. And then he whips around, and we go wide, and there's nothing there. So must be my imagination, and of course, this is where you do the real jump scare, right? This is how you always do the two-part scare. You have the character get freaked out, look, see that it's nothing, go, oh, I guess I was just imagining things like a fucking guard in an RPG, and then go back to doing whatever they were doing, and then they look out the window and bah, it's there, right? But in this case, it's not a full-on jump scare per se. It's like a body horror creep out scare, and it's good, it's nice, because it's not the type of fear that I would expect from this situation, and so once it's actually revealed, it's nice and gross. It's good and gross. This is great. We just get to watch his expression slowly change as he realizes what's there, and it takes us a minute because they're not wrapped around his fingertips, and that's what we see first. So my first thought is it's the same thing again. The water is turned to blood, right? It seems like a mystery. No, it's fucking hair, and that is worse. That is real freaky. At which point, girl appears at the window. I guess the window's open. I didn't I didn't notice that. I thought that it was not open because there's this shadow. See these little lines of shadow on the edges of the fuck, what do you call those? I forget what you call those. I thought that those were indicating that the glass is there, right? And then she's just putting her hand through it. But no, I guess it's open. And then the greatest face. Just that's the greatest. This is a weird thing to say, but I really love the deep black in this show. And I know that's strange, but just when there's black versus dark gray, the portions of black are so dark and inky, and the contrast is so it's just delicious. It's just tasty. I like it. Like the shadows here in his cheeks, or up here, or around his eyes. It's that deep black. And then there are the dark grays and stuff, all these gradations. It's real nice. And it's in almost every scene, the true black. And it's really interesting because a lot of the time they're placed up against super dark backgrounds, right? These dark gray gradients or dark brown gradients. And so we end up seeing the distinction between the true black of their shadows or shadows on their features, and it makes them stand out even more. It's really cool. All right, so everybody getting spooked. We go ahead and look out the window. There is a laborer wrapped up in kelp and a ghost. Ooh! It's Grave Lord Nito. It's actually really well animated, too. It's super good looking. All right, so running, skipping practice, doing stuff, running around. Chief hasn't been acting like himself. Seems like he's doing something. We go off on our own to find some stuff. End up meeting a cute girl who ends up being the core of the mystery. End up meeting an old man who is in on the mystery and ends up spilling the deets, but not really. He ends up spilling the story that he's been planted to tell them, which is perfect. And then we get the messed up thingamajigger here with the special arm thing, along with the explanation as we're trying to figure out everything that's going on. The actual Leba fight is pretty dope. It's pretty cool. And explanations, the freak out, another set of really great faces from him, which are good. And then this whole sequence happens where we completely change the color scheme of everything and get really super serious about everything as well. It's kind of almost tongue-in-cheek with how severe and serious all the characters are being. And then Shige comes in and is a bit of a weird wrinkle. And he ends up spewing a bunch of bullshit before he actually gets to the core of his point. Obfuscating. Very fun. Yeah, so Kanuka isn't here. We give the full explanation that we are meant to believe. And then Kanuka shows up and tells all of them, but more importantly, the way that she tells us and the framing of it is that she is staring directly into the camera, staring directly at the audience, and she is shrouded entirely in complete black. This is out of context, right? She's not in the room anymore. She's in metaspace, speaking directly to the audience, telling us that we're fucking idiots for being jerked around by the stupid things that we were told by the show. And all the things that she's explaining are, like, they work for the characters, but they also work for our perspective. She's laying out all of the things that we as a critical viewer should have been aware of. Like, you should have been suspicious of Gen from the beginning. Nobody ever saw him. You don't know who he is. The only people who mentioned him were highly trustworthy, but they're all also people who aren't members of the cadets. They're all also either outsiders or captains, so they could be in on this shit, right? This is all a scheme, guys. This is a ploy, and you're stupid for not figuring it out. You dumb dinguses. It's quite simple. Come on. Shige himself did it. Sakuma's a collaborator. Everything was a fabrication. It all works. The reason for it makes perfect sense. Because they want to actually train you to stop using guns like idiots. Divulging a little lie to hide a larger one. But if you're actually drawn in, You're lost anyway. This reminds me of something, an interesting, uh, what do I call it? What I'm reaching for is like statistical truth. It's a fact. Um, it has to do with advertising, and it works in very much the same way. People who believe that they are immune to the effects of advertising are more susceptible to it. This is an interesting case, right? So if you're watching TV, for example, not that anybody watches TV, but if you're watching TV and you leave the ads rolling because you believe that they won't influence you and you're psychologically stronger than that, your belief in your own defenses becomes your weakness, and the ads actually sink in deeper into your subconscious. It's interesting, but they have more an effect on you if you believe that you are able to avoid their influence. In the same way, if you believe that you are smart enough to like know the tricks of the trade that are going to be used against you, like magic tricks and mystery books doing this kind of red herring thing, divulging small lies in order to hide bigger ones. If you believe you're familiar with all of those tropes, then it's more likely that once they get their claws into you, you will believe that I have avoided all possible situations where I have been misled, right? You get overconfident, you get arrogant in your own perceptions and your own beliefs. So you get sucked in and you get fucked over. And Kanuka is telling that to this whole crew and to us as the audience. Be smarter. Be smarter. Don't be a stupid dum-dum. And hey, she's Kanuka Clancy. She can call me a stupid dum-dum all she wants. You follow, and then she starts talking in the second person, and it's so directly to the audience. You follow the map according to a plot that's already been scripted. You collect the concocted testimony and items. Yeah. And all you do is reach a fake goal that you yourself created. But why? What for? To what end? And she finally smiles about it. Trying to teach us something about guns. And he tries to pull the no hard evidence thing until she brings in the girl, and he just hits him with the gomen. And it is completely useless because Ota's first instinct is to go for the gun. All for naught. Excellent. Okay. This was a really fun episode. There is one sequence that I definitely want to see again, and there it is. It is the sequence where Kanuka Clancy runs like a madwoman through places, and we get this first-person POV of her. There's also... Hold on. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so Kanuka takes off. Boom. And there's this whole sequence. Okay, so shots like that are a lot more common in modern anime because CG exists, right? You can place a dynamic camera in a digital space and map out a first person POV running sequence relatively easily. I think the most recent one that I saw of that was in, I think it was just yesterday or 2 days ago. Or no, it was yesterday. It was in Chuunibyou. There's a sequence where Yuta runs downstairs to check on his own room, and we go into that first-person POV to get the action shot of him running around the stairs. But it's all in semi-CG, like it's a digital background that's being moved around. This is not an option here. It's not an option. It's pre the technology, and so it's all fucking analog, and that's pretty neat. So the attention to detail of the shadows that move on doorways as she comes across them. The fact that every frame is in motion, as far as I can tell, either it's being shaky cammed, like a little twisty turn, like this, and then every third or fourth frame, yeah, every third frame most of the time, we jump to the next actual moment in the motion. Shake, shake, boom, 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 shake, shake, boom. Shake, boom, shake, shake. Oh no, now it's changed. It's gotten more hectic during the hallway. That's fun. Yeah. These lines end up being like speed lines of the door opening, and they hang there for a moment until the door opens and we see from this perspective. And then the scene that we enter in on is kind of ridiculous. Yeah, that's really fun. I think that's a really fun sequence. No sequences in this episode that stood out to me in the same way as like the leaves or the Kanuka hair moments as just being jaw-dropping animation stuff. I do like the whole video store thing because there's a little labor over there. On a VHS tape, which is cool, and maybe a little bit of a shout out to the general fan base for, going to video stores and stuff. And then, of course, we enter into our what feels like a closed loop kind of mystery horror situation, and it becomes one. Mysterious things start happening while we are all trapped together in a cabin in the woods, and it turns out that all of the things that are going on are really a scheme or ploy by people that we know, and once unmasked, it's not actually that threatening. But the whole build up to unleashing it and revealing all of that stuff is really solid and really fun, and I had a good time with it. So, all in all, really solid episode of Patlabor. Now, I said at the beginning, or near the beginning of the thing, that I wanted to go and look up who made the dope OP and figure out any associated anime with similar or OPs by the same creators. So give me a minute. I'm going to try to find out that information. Give me time. Okay, so the opening song is called Miraiwa Lovers. Spelled Miraiha Lovers. Because ha-wa, and it is sung by Hiroko Kasahara, who is a voice actress and singer, and she voiced Cynthia in Bubblegum Crisis, as well as a number of other little roles that I don't really recognize her from because I haven't seen a lot of the stuff from the era in which she was doing a lot of voice acting, which is fine. She does not voice anybody in Patlabor, as far as I can tell, but she did do the theme song. However, she did not write the theme song. The theme song is composed by Tanaka Kohei. Yeah, Tanaka Kohei, who does a whole lot of things, like a whole lot of things. He assisted in the composition of the first JoJo's theme song, Sonochi no Sarame. Yeah, that one. That one. That one. Yeah. And also the Stardust Crusaders Battle in Egypt arc, which is cool, as well as a whole shitload of other things. Lou Over the Wall, opening song for Ass Class, original music for all of the Dirty Pair OVAs, music for Desert Punk, shitload of stuff. Just a shitload of things that he has done music for. So I guess I don't really gain anything from this information, but I will be on the lookout for him, because fuck, if he can make any music that is as joyous as the OP for the Patlabor OVAs, I will be super happy because I really like that OP. It is so much fun. Okay, I think that's all I wanted to find out. This was a good episode, a relatively simple one in that it's a pretty simple murder, like not even a murder mystery, but a weird mystery faux horror thing that goes on, and it's got kind of a Scooby-Doo goofiness vibe to it. All in all, pretty fun. It seems like the next episodes are going to be a little bit more serious, like there's going to be some actual conflict, and it looked like real war stuff happening there. So curious to see what happens in the next episode, but we're gonna have to wait till next week to find out. So I'm gonna end here. Me Teeaboo, this Patlabor episode 4, right? 3? 4. The Tragedy of L. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have, and I hope to catch you next week when we watch another one. Or maybe 2, because it's a 2-parter, we might. Yeah. See you next week. Peace.